Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Educator's Pride. Myself Dr. Savita Khatri. In my videos, I will discuss about all the life sciences topics. In this video, I will discuss the basics of cell signaling. So let's start with it. So what is cell signaling? Which is basic process of cell signaling and what are different terms used in signaling processes? Cell signaling is part of a complex system of communication that governs basic cellular activities and cell coordination. So, cell signaling is all about communication between different groups of cells and tissues, how one group of cells inform another group of cells what to do. There are three basic steps of cell signaling. First, reception. In it, a cell identifies a signaling molecule from outside of the cell. A signal is detected when a ligand binds to a receptor protein on the surface of the cell or inside the cell. Second step is signal transduction. It is a process of converting extracellular signal into cellular responses. Third is response. Finally, the signal triggers a specific cellular response. Signaling pathways can also lead to important cellular events such as cell division or apoptosis, that is, programmed cell death. Error in cell signaling pathways are responsible for diseases such as cancer, diabetes, etc. All the processes of cell signaling carried out by a variety of signal molecules that are secreted or expressed on the surface of one cell and bind to receptors expressed by other cells. Signal molecules are chemically heterogeneous compounds. They are of two types. First, membrane-bound signal molecules, and second is secretory signal molecules. Membrane-bound molecules remain bound to the surface of the cells and mediate contact-dependent signaling. However, in some cases, signal molecules are secreted by signaling cells. Signal molecules can be further classified into two types. First, extracellular signal molecules, and second is intracellular signal molecules. Extracellular signal molecules are synthesized and released by signaling cells and bind to either cell surface receptor or intracellular receptor. Next topic is agonist and antagonist. Structure analogues of signaling molecules fall into two classes, agonists and antagonists. Structure analogues which mimic the action of a signaling molecule by binding to its receptor and causing the normal response are called agonists, whereas antagonists are structure analogues which binds to the receptor but induces no response. Hence, an antagonist acts as an inhibitor of the natural signaling molecule by competing for binding site on the receptor, thereby blocking the physiological activity of the signaling molecule. For example, alprenolol and isoproterenol acts as antagonist and agonist to the epinephrine receptor respectively. Now the receptors and its types. Receptors are protein molecules inside the target cell or on its surface that receive a chemical signal. Receptors can be divided on the basis of location. They are of two types. First, cell surface receptors, and second is intracellular receptors. Most of the extracellular signaling molecules bind to receptor expressed on the target cell surface called cell surface receptors. However, some signal molecules bind to receptor expressed intracellularly. Some common examples of signal molecules that interact with cell surface receptors are epinephrine, norepinephrine, glucagons, insulin, etc. An example of signal molecules that interact with cytosolic or nuclear receptors are steroid hormone like progesterone, testosterone, and non-steroid hormone like thyroxine, retinoid, etc. Cell surface receptors further divided into three categories. First, G protein coupled receptors, second, ion channel receptors, and third is enzyme linked receptors. These will be discussed in detail in my next videos. Now, the types of cell signaling. Cell signaling mainly divided into four categories. First, endocrine signaling. Signal molecules like hormones are secreted by specialized endocrine cells and carried through the circulation to act on target cells at distant body parts. Second is paracrine signaling. In paracrine signaling, signal molecule released by one cell and act on neighboring target cells. For example, It is provided by action of neurotransmitters in carrying signals between nerve cells to a synapse. Third is endocrine signaling. Signal molecules produce effect on the same cell that produce it. An example of this type is response of cells of immune system to foreign antigens. Fourth is juxtacrine signaling. It involves close contact between cells in which a ligand on one cell surface binds to a receptor on the other. So this is all about basics of cell signaling. If you like this video, then subscribe and hit the bell icon for more related videos. Thank you.